Welcome to a new season of Coffee and Whiskey with Ivy. My sweet director, also known as my pet donkey, was so sweet as to give me 4 weeks of leave. So I have been hunting and fishing and re-energizing. I'm now raring to go. Minister Masagos wants Singaporeans to relook the way they use resources. You know, I think many of us are not serious about the mercury level going higher. You all notice the days are getting hotter and the nights are getting worse. 2018 is the 8th warmest year in Singapore. We should stop harping on small things like straws and plastic bags and all these tiny things. We should look at the big picture. Look at the daily destruction of our environment. Perfectly good blocks of apartments are going en bloc just because people want to make more money from it. We should look at these big items that's really destroying our environment. We have no more natural green spaces. Everything must be cemented over, otherwise we are never happy. We yellow, brown, blue, black monkeys should relook at what we are trying to build of our world. Stop destroying it. So Minister Masagos, I have good news for you. I'm going to start an eco countryside. Everybody who comes to Kranji countryside to work, eat and play and live, we will eliminate everything that is made of plastic. We will recycle everything we can do. We will plant as much as we can of many things. We will have green areas for the wild boars. And for those of you who don't come up to the Kranji countryside, you can also do your bit for our country and the world. Go flexitarian. Eat lesser meat, eat more greens and nuts. You know, when I was young, I used to eat 1 whole roast duck and drink 1 whole bottle of whiskey. Now, I eat half a roast duck and drink half a bottle of whiskey. I'm helping the environment. Two sacked over SingHealth attack. SingHealth attacker known to us. SingHealth fined $1 million. What's so great about these 3 headings? Number 1, the 1 million is going from one pocket to the other. Number 2, the 2 who were fired were just small-time people. They should fire the CEO or maybe even fire the minister. But if this had happened in Japan, you wouldn't have to fire them. They will commit harakiri. And Minister Iswaran, what do you mean you cannot tell us who the attacker is? Why are you keeping us on our toes and living in fear? Tell us who it is so we know who our enemies are and we can be alert and protect ourselves against these evil people. Women earn 9% less than men. Of course, we know all this thing about inequality. Actresses earn less than actors. Women tennis players don't earn so much as male tennis players, etc. In fact, many people don't even like to have daughters. But the good news is this. Our president has now said that they aim to get more women on boards. I think our president is setting the scene. And the best part is, we now have the Singtel CEO as the first woman to be appointed to Council of Presidential Advisors. At least the group of them will look better with a woman amongst them instead of all those old boys, you know. Another woman makes it to the top, Wendy Tang, to join Knight Frank as Group MD. Well done. A new Auditor General to take charge from February 2019. And guess what? A woman as well. Poor Lim Chuan Po retiring, but the good news is he's being replaced by Perm Sec for Education Chan Lai Fang, 55. Guess what? She's a woman too. But I hope these women will not just be women. I hope they will be warriors and do something from where they are. Apex Court hears Lee Sheng-woo's appeal in contempt of court case. Why are we using state resources? Why is the Attorney General, why is everybody wasting their time to look at a family saga? Our leaders and our people have got more important things to look at. Now, this is a nice Singapore story. Nursing their way to a career switch. These three people, one of whom I believe is an engineer, gave up their jobs and decided to go into nursing. You know, nursing is a noble profession. It's a very, very important profession, and I really respect nurses. But you know why it doesn't attract more people in this country? Because we always believe in cheaper, better, faster. When I brought my mom for her knee operation in Perth 20 years ago, the private nurse who looked after my mother was paid $75 an hour 20 years ago. It is about time our authorities take a good look at how to really attract people into this noble profession, because more and more of us are going to need nursing services sooner or later. So let's give them more respect. Let's make sure they are paid well so that more intelligent, qualified people come into this profession. Gambling returns to bowling centres. Actually, what's the problem? If bowling can find a way to legalize it and people are happy and our country can make more money from the gambling tax, why not? In fact, we should convert the whole of the turf club into a simple gambling casino instead of it being a white elephant. Iksan Fandi signs 2-year deal with Norwegian club. Well done, darling. I would say you're even more handsome than your father, and I wish you good luck. Keep the Singapore flag flying for us. Arctic events will have big impact on Singapore. I'm not worried about the impact on Singapore. I'm just worried that the Arctic is one of the last bastions of natural beauty and animals like the polar bear. And once they start going there to open up the roots, etc., you know what will happen? Men will screw it up. This 7-year-old boy goes on an adventure and the cops had to hunt for him. I mean, children do get lost, but I was amazed to read that he actually got onto a bus, he went into an MRT, etc. Did he have the tickets? Did he have money with him? Or were the people on the ground just not careful enough and not observant enough to see this young boy wandering around on his own? And we have cameras everywhere. I think this is another sign of how our system is not really geared for protecting our young. Singapore will discuss issues with Malaysia calmly. Yes, Dr. Vivian Balakrishna, no need to get angry, no need to go into rhetoric. Just leave the discussions to our Minister of Foreign Affairs. I'm sure he will settle it. He's half Indian, half Chinese. He's good looking like me. He's smart. And most people know that we are very diplomatic. Like I am the queen of diplomacy and people love us. See my new hairstyle? I shaved my head again at the end of 2018. Many people would think that 2018 was a bad year, but I think it was a good year. My pet squirrel, my husband, is now much better. He walks around on his own and he doesn't faint anymore. We never had a bomb attack on Singapore. We didn't have volcanoes exploding under our backsides. We didn't have tsunamis. We didn't have storms. We didn't have that many disasters like many of the countries did. So I shaved my head to thank the universe for keeping us all on this beautiful island safe. Jai Ho! Thank you for watching Coffee and Whiskey with Ivy this week. And thank you for being my fan. But remember, please subscribe so that you will continue being informed of the show.